All right, it's 9:15. Mishap, hiker trash. Is heading out. I think it's like 35 or something this morning, and a little bit of wind. So that's why I got the wind shell on. Just hiking out of Damascus, and try to get 16 in today. That'll get me close to the start of the whole high mountains tomorrow. I'll do all those tomorrow and get out of here before the rain hits the next day. Pack is around 20.5 with a half liter of water and I think about 6 pounds of food. So the base weight with consumables is down to I think 13 and a half, something like that. The scale was not super accurate, so it kept changing. So I'm kind of giving you the best guesstimate. Thank you to Lady Di and the B&B. It was a great stay, great breakfast, and good hospitality. Thank you. I don't know if you caught that on the sign, but it says we've gone 3 miles from Damascus. Been going probably an hour and a half, so kind of a slower, steady pace. Just seeing how the feet and ankles are doing after a day and a half off. So far, so good. On this section of the Appalachian Trail, trying a new trail munchie food. It's crunched up tortilla chips. And I gotta say, I love the saltiness and the crunch out here. And bring it on, bear. Smash my bear sack, you'll just help me out. Pretty good, 150 calories an ounce. Who would have thought potato chips would be helpful? It's day 34 on the Appalachian Trail. So our through hike resumes after our Nero Zero combination. We've got to go about 8 or 9 miles to the first shelter, kind of eat a bunch there, and then hopefully press on to the second shelter, which is another 8 miles. That's what we're looking at today. Almost lost a pole. Stopped here at the Saunders shelter for lunch. Had some oatmeal and some walnuts. And you see how my pack has no more clothing bag on the outside? Everything fits in there. I'm so happy. This was a really nice shelter, super clean. It's got a bear box and a privy, and there should be a spring around here somewhere. Team AT Thru Hike. It's 3 o'clock, and we're back on the AT. We've got 6.5 miles to the next shelter, so I'm thinking we might be able to get there by 6 because I'm feeling a little more energetic right now. And if we got there at 6, we could actually cook and eat and all that and be out of there at 6:30 and go another 1.5 miles or so. There's some more campsites with a water source, so that would be nice. It put us a little closer to the Mount Rogers thing tomorrow. Or if I'm tired, I guess, and it's getting late or dark, then we can always just stay at the shelter. Okay, update. It's 6:20. We have stopped at that second shelter that was around 15 or 16 in for the day. And there was a dude there that was blasting music that was not very relaxing. Didn't seem like a very, I don't know, agreeable type person. So I'm going on. There's supposed to be some campsites around some water, another 1.5 miles. So it'd be a little bit late getting in, but I'm hoping at least I'll get some sleep. I wasn't going to get any sleep there at the shelter tonight, and I really need some because we had a snore last night. And so that is how it's going. 7 o'clock. The sun is still up barely. So I've got to get moving here. I'll show you what I'm going to do. All these hardwoods just look like they're ready to come down. These look like pine trees. Most of them have all their green. So I found this little spot here. It's slightly sloped, but it's got 3 defenders. So I think I'll be safe there for the night. And I'll cook some food over here. Home sweet home for the night. Now let's eat. Well, we still have a few minutes of light. Using the ultralight stove setup. We have cooked. There's couscous, tuna that has a lot of flavor in it, and some sunflower seeds, and also walnuts. So combined with that, it's a lot of calories. It's really warm, so it's actually warming up my hand. It feels so good. I don't know if I told you, but it's supposed to be like 31. The sun's gone down basically, so I'm expecting the temperature to drop. But then overnight it's supposed to heat up to 35. So by the time I wake up, it should be above freezing. So I want to show you a couple things. I never noticed before, but the tent has a little loop thing here that you could hang stuff. So I could hang something like the wind gear to dry a little bit, which is cool. Now, to stay warm tonight, I put my inflatable pad. It goes into the foot box of my quilt. The quilt has these 2 straps to pull it around tight. This will keep the wind from coming in the sides. And then it's got these little buttons that I didn't even realize, so that'll keep it wrapped up around my torso. And then on the other side, you can use this little string to draw it really tight around your neck. So that will reduce the amount of airspace in the quilt, so I'll be able to stay warmer. And if the video turned out back at from the bed and breakfast, I had sent home a number of items, including my puffy pants. So I kind of might be missing those tonight. We'll see how it goes. And but I still have my wool base layer. I have my light fleece. The new sun shirt, completely dry. I love how fast that thing dries, so I've got that on too still. And then I did forget to dry out the wind gear. I sweated it a little bit this morning, so I'm trying to see if it'll dry out. Usually I wear that if it's out here and it might be a little drafty because it just traps a little heat and blocks some of the wind. But I still have my puffy, the Torrid jacket, and then I did keep the Cotopaxi puffy vest. So I figure I could wrap one around my legs and one around my torso if I was that cold. And I still have the beanie and my possum down gloves, so I think I'll be fine. In the morning, we're going to get up hopefully early, and we're pretty much going straight up, I think like 1,500 feet, so it won't take long to warm up. And we're going to go up over the Mount Rogers highlands here. I don't know if I'm going to do the side trail up to the peak. It might depend on what that trail's like and how crowded it is. And then I've got to get, I think, all the way through the state park and camp on the other side of it. So it'll be another long day. Good morning. It's day 35 on trail. It's 6:30. It's cold. I got through the night. I was able to sleep. Can't say I was toasty warm, but I was adequately warm. Come on, spring, get here. So on day 35 of our 2023 AT Thru Hike, we're going over the Grayson Highlands, some of the highest places in Virginia. So I'm excited about that, and there might even be some wild ponies, I hear, so we'll be looking out for those. This is the sound of thru hiker commitment. First thing on a cold morning on the AT. No going back, Fred. We're all in. Very prepared for obstacles. Thank you, North Carolina. Good morning. It's 9:45. We've gone about 3.5 miles. We're almost to Buzzard Rock. I guess this is the fall summit. So we've got one more bump up. Then we'll be at 5,000 feet. And we've gone about 3.5 miles, I think. And it's been 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. I guess about 3 hours. I did have a couple stops for water and bathroom, but anyway, taking it slow and steady up the mountain. Look at that, bathroom and trash. This would be a nice place to eat lunch. Great little spot, blocked from the wind. So it cooked up well. Got all this other stuff drying out. I'll get multiple things done all at once. Going for oatmeal with walnuts for lunch. Do 2 of these. 12:45. We're off to see the Grayson Highlands now. We got a little delayed helping another hiker find his earbuds. One got lost. It's always good to help a hiker. Hiker comes down and says, "Hey, some of the wild horses everybody's always looking for at the next shelter." And of course, right after that, straight up rocks and rocks. I'm experiencing mishap madness right now. These roots and rocks have been terrible. My feet and ankles are hating this. At least there's a cool evergreen forest, but we're not to the horses yet. And I really want to go fast and I just can't. I keep tripping, practicing vocabulary I shouldn't be using. Gonna start a fire. Nice view. Alright, here's the deal. If it continues like this as basically unnecessary roughness, I think I will take the shortcut trail and bypass the state park because this is ridiculous. Finally found trail again. I think that last few miles, I don't think that could be called a trail. Somebody just went through the woods with a leaf blower and left rocks and roots. I think I'm getting hangry. I need to eat. But at least we got a view here through all of this natural barbed wire. See, I was thinking we were going to be on more of that, like the balds, but I don't know. Just frustrating. I think this is another case where my expectations were not matching what was, and it's throwing me for a loop. Check it out. Horse there and there. Yay, we saw wild horses. Might be actually getting onto a real trail. And check out the moon, and that's sweet. That is the spur trail up to Mount Rogers, the highest one in Virginia. It does not have a view, and if it's anything like this last part of the trail I've been on, I don't see any point in walking over rocks and roots for no view. So I'm going to continue on the AT. Unfortunately, the next guy coming up said the part after the shelter's just as bad. That's a pretty view. Oh, this little shortcut on the Pine Mountain Trail cut out like 7 miles or something. So tempting given how rocky it's been, but seems to be getting better. I guess I'll do the right thing and follow the actual current AT. Good thing I read that sign. I was going to show you guys how to ride bareback on the wild ponies. We are in the Grayson Highlands State Park. I guess it's about 2.8 miles to get through it. Then on the other side, fairly quickly, there's supposed to be a stream with some camping. And I'm thinking that might be a good place to stay because it's after 5 already. And I'm pretty much out of water, so I need to get somewhere with water and probably call it. Check it out. I think I'm getting the pitch on this tent a little better. It helped that it's flat, or flatter. So anyway, I'm very excited about that. This spot is just outside of the state park where you're not supposed to tent camp. It's in the National Forest side, and there was a bear box down there, so I thought, all right, I'll just camp here. I have a little bit of light to cook food yet, and I'll just get to an early bed and get up started early. We did about 16 and a half, I think, today, maybe 17. It wasn't as much as I was hoping and planning, but it was just, a lot of it was just treacherously rocky, and I just could not go fast. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little different. At least we got some really good views from up top. Saw a couple wild ponies from a distance. You never know, we might see some more tomorrow. I guess we go through some more of the highland area tomorrow, if I understand it right. Couscous, sunflower seeds, walnuts, and tuna. I'm going to try putting some of it into this noon bread and eat it like a sandwich. And there it is, all in there. That feels like real food.